is all I have to say about those before we go on with the meeting. If you have a problem with the rules, dude, do some research, talk to an old family, talk to Martel, he'll bring you to other older people who knew how shit was back in the day. You're tired of these new retarded rules, take it upon yourself, be a fucking man. You want to have Donna, you want to be part of a crime family, give a fuck what rank you are. Be a man, have some kind of fucking respect for your community that you love being in, and fucking do shit legit. That's all you have to do. Like, literally. You don't have to fucking complain like, oh, he did this and he did that. Like, there's so much whiners in this community now. Everybody's a whiner now. Instead of accepting responsibility that they're not, and they got caught lacking. Instead of that, just be a man, be legit, use your brain if you want to have the time out of your name. Because, you know what they did? They used their brain. They couldn't complain when they got assassinated because they were fucking dead. Alright, enough about the fucking rules. Let's bring some shit that can help the community. Please. For the love of God. Okay, somebody else can start off, or I can start off. I got a lot of things like,
I can start off.
Go ahead, Martelli.
I think this meeting will be ran very smoother if we ran this way. It might take a little bit of time, but I think we should start with Don J. Verenzano and go all the way around the room. Don J. Verenzano, you should state one of the major topic you want to talk about, and then Father Malakog will talk about what he wants to talk about, and then go all the way around the circle, and then once we go back to the circle, speak about what you want to speak of, completely get it off your mind, and then everybody has entitled to speak on it, and then we'll vote, you know, going once, going twice. Anybody have anything to say? If you don't have anything to say, then it'll be the next person's time to talk, and then it'll go all the way around the room. This way, everybody can have a fucking opinion. Would that work for everybody?
Yeah.
Alright.
Hey, Don,
I have a proposition. We need a gesture pick for anyone who wants the floor, so let's go salute.
No. I told you it's going around the circle. Everyone's gonna have a floor.
For each individual issue. So if someone would like to comment on it, salute.
Objection. Do like this. First person to do one of these, you get the floor.
Yeah, do not talk over each other. Do not argue and refrain.
Please do not speak until you are given the floor. That way we avoid everyone talking over each other.
And the person that's speaking, you choose. If somebody did this first, you address them and say, okay, you have the floor. The other person speaks. It'll be very simple. All right. So down there, turns on. All right.
Next up, I'm gonna look at mine. Get back once I take that.
All right, get back in your spot. There you go. Don Verenzano, what is the topic that you want to speak about?
I mean, I just really want to go back to the old ways.
All right, he wants to go back to the old ways. All right, what about you, Malako? The topic.
Malako, you there? Yeah.
All right. Just kind of, I guess we'll skip him if he's not going to talk.
Well, yeah, Don, go.
All right, there we go. Next person, Sinagra. Think about the topic that you want to talk about.
Yeah. Well, what topic are we on?
No.
Really,
let me.
We're pretend we're a commission, and we're bringing things to the table to help our community.
Sinagra, this is what's going on. We're going around the room. Each person's going to speak on one topic. Just name the topic, and then we're going to go around the room again after everyone names one topic that they want to speak of, the most important topic of the meeting. People will be able to speak fully about whatever you want to talk about, and for however long you want to talk about.
Okay.
All right. So now it's the topic.
Yeah, just the weapons people use.
All right, weapons. Alrighty. Now the next guy would be, I can't see your name. It's not.
Averino.
All right. What is your topic? Once. I think he's talking.
Who's the next? Hold on. Who's the next? Is it me?
Oh, wait, I think he sent me a yeah, Matherino. Father Matherino sent me a message said he's not talking, so I guess he wants to sit in here. Who's next to him? All right, got it. Bring a topic.
Hold on, can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Who are you?
Alright, well, I'm just letting you guys know this is Don Carlisi. I'm about to leave for my friend's birthday, but Phantom Carlisi will be filling in for me, so yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Next person would be Gotti. Gotti, address the topic that you want to speak on.
I'm just gonna go ahead and agree with Don J. Verenzano on what his topic was.
You're on John G. All right, who's next to him? Is that Valachi? Valachi, what's your topic?
I want to bring up a couple of things, man. There's like just a couple of things that I think would help out. I'm gonna bring it. know that my topic is going to be framed around like there's a couple of things that we can do to like
Alright, bring it up.
the community.
Bring up the topic. You got it.
Yeah, I'm going to start talking about it right now. We're going to keep going.
No, just name the topics. Just name the topics.
Basically, respect, like the whole thing I was preaching when I came back, recruitment and the way you do things.
Alright, that's good. Who's next to you? I can't say his name. Scarfo. Topics that you would like to bring to the table?
I mean, I know just basically the simplicity of rules and not being so detailed and you know, people making rules just to for somebody to find a loophole with the rules.
Alright, with that being said, are you talking about the old rules or like these new rules? Because I can explain the old rules simply.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously I'd like to go to see the old rules with some, you know, some alter because this is a different game.
Alright,
yeah, I agree with that.
Alright. So basically a prep talk about the rules. Okay, cool. Alright. Is that it?
Not to cut anybody off, I might bring up something about like older families and like the whole blessing thing.
Yeah, feel free. When you have the floor, if you have anything you want to add, feel free to speak. Who's next to that? The guy in the red. I can't see his name.
Muzo.
Muzo. Alright. Bring the topics that you want to speak about on the table.
I agree with Scarfo. I just want to talk about the rules and what they're really going to be.
You want a recommendation about the rules? Alright.
I want to go back to the old ways too.
Old ways. Perfect. Alright. Is that it? You want to speak about anything else?
It was a lot more simpler back then.
Alrighty. Thank you. The guy in the gray.
Carlisi.
Alright,
Yeah,
Carlisi, any topics that you'd like to bring to the
I
table?
agree with Scarfo too. Like, fucking, I agree with Scarfo.
You want a gist of the rules? Perfect. Okay. I'm the guy in the gray. Caruso. Alright. What topics would you like to bring to the table?
Just overall respect between families.
Respect between families. Precisely. Okay, the guy in the white or the cream?
Assassinations.
Assassinations. The most touchiest subject of all. Perfect. That's good.
Which one?
Alright. Assassinations. You want to bring about that. Perfect. Alrighty. Caruso. No, it's Scarfo. Don or Scarfo?
Sicario.
Oh, my bad. Sicario. Anything you want to bring up or speak about?
Yeah, I just wanted to talk same thing as Graza, assassinations.
Assassinations. Perfect. I don't know how to pronounce your gamer tag. I'm just going to call you Don B. Wait, what would you like to bring to the table? Banano? I'm just going to call you Don B. Don B is good. Alright.
Alright, I just want to talk about TDMs and their relevance to the community.
That's actually...
That's a good one.
I have the answer to that right now. I mean, if you want it, but I'll wait for your turn. Okay. Alright, Baranzano, it's your turn to have the undecided... Actually, I'm going to save my opinions, because I skipped myself. I'm going to save my topic until everyone else has the floor. And if we have enough time to speak on it...
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm like most new dons in this community. I'm in a 3-year family, but I've only been in this community for a good 8 months. And all I've been hearing about for the past 2 weeks is about the old time of the Mafia community. I really just want to go back to that, because that sounds a lot more simpler and a lot more fun. And you can go into games and just have some fun, chill with families and shit. I can't really talk about it. That was just what I wanted.
I can...
Well,
I'm sorry, I broke the rule.
You have the floor.
Alright. Way that, you know, the old way, it's not that hard. It's not rocket science. I don't understand why newer families... I'm not going to say names because I don't want to put words in people's mouths, but it's not that hard. Like, people think of it as, oh my god, this is the hardest shit in the universe. It's really not. The only reason why it's that hard is because it wasn't passed down to them properly, or no one had the time to teach them, probably, my theory or thesis about this. So this is why they make these new rules, because they're uninformed on what needs to go on. That's my opinion about it. I'll speak off.
Yeah, I already told him. I just sent him a text. Don't believe. I don't even know how he got in here.
Alrighty, that's all I got to say. And if anybody wants to know, I'm glad to teach you. I sign out with that.
I go with that until we have a final rule set. Because if you go on with that, we need to know the original rules, and we gotta know what the rules now. Then we gotta find a medium between.
Yeah, that's the most logical thing. Okay, anybody else have anything they want to add?
G Father Valachi, I think you want the floor or something.
Yeah, thanks. I may not be the oldest family around, but I've been here for a while, and I was brought up under like the closest thing to anybody that was old there back in the old days. My suggestion, if you want to go back to the old ways, is like I said, for one, just stop complaining about everything and accept how things go. Control your family, because back then, like, families, they didn't fucking let their guys do whatever. Like, not a lot of families do that now. They're like, oh, what was my guy? I didn't mean to. Well, tell the motherfucker to stop or kick him out. Like, people would rather have a big family with a bunch of nobodies than a small, tight family with people who listen and won't make you look goofy. Do some research on the mafia, dude. Like, you really want to run your shit like it's supposed to be. Some kind of research and look into it. Ask older families about something. And be legit, because back then, you know, there was never all this argument about, oh, it was fake, and, you know, you didn't do this legit. Like, if we all just accepted shit, and we all agree to just play legit, and I know it's going to be hard, but there's some of us will do it, and those numbers will grow, and the people who don't want to do anything legit, they'll stand out more, and you can just ignore them, like Martelli said, by communications, don't talk to them, don't even assassinate them. If they come in the game, you know, fucking shoot them down, and then go on about your day, like, don't worry about it. A lot of times, they don't know how to do shit legit. I mean, that's one way we could go back to being the old days. Like,
I had something. Balach, when I first met you, didn't I say the same shit we're talking about right now?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I always want to my meetings.
How long did it take for this shit to come down to this? It took like 6 months until everyone decided, hey, yo, this shit's not right. Let's actually stick our heads to it. And I was telling you this shit, Valachi. I wasn't trying to fiddle your stick or play with your emotions or try to run your family. I was literally letting you know what was going to happen. And I warned you that this was going to happen. I warned you from the get-go what was going to go down. And in my opinion, it's sad that it took almost a year before everyone realized that what needs to go on.
Can I talk?
I tried to tell him. Yeah, you have the floor to speak your mind.
Alright, Maverino, can you please be respectful, please?
May I say something as well? I believe that as a community, we need to come to an agreement. And like I said before, I don't know if all you guys were in the game, but these rules that we're agreeing on eventually need to be set in stone, so we don't have to do this once a week. Because this takes a lot of time out of all of our days. And the rules were simple and understanding, then we wouldn't have to do this. And it shouldn't be able to let's just host a meeting and you know, change the rules to what we like. You know what I mean? That's not how it should work, because on GTA 4, people didn't just do that. I believe that's how it should be on Grand Theft Auto 5. Things need to be set into a constitution so that nobody can change them no matter what, and then we all win.
To add on to that, I really think everybody here, they seem like they want to go back to the old days. Really, the easiest thing to go by was you join the game, you get the fucking kill, you don't die, you don't use a grenade or a rocket launcher. You know, they add minigun, so you're obviously not going to use that. You know, shit of that nature, you're not going to run somebody over. If you have a supercar, so what? Don't drive backwards and shoot. And I mean, the only newest rule that I really think everyone should go by is doing a damn drive-by by yourself, because that's just so fucking easy in this game. I mean, besides that, dude, that should be it. Like, we shouldn't have to come together and, you know, the more intricate and the deeper we go into the rules, the more they're going to be broken. Like, people want to ban everything, dude. Like, it's just too much. We just keep it simple and call it a day.
Yeah, I kind of want to bring up something about those drive-bys.
I think Martelli had the floor first.
It did.
Yeah, like, if shit was just made the way it was supposed to be made, when Grand Theft Auto first was made, it was running smooth. I had no problems with nobody. I did my own thing. Everybody else did their own thing. You know, the assassinations were great. I mean, I got a lot of cool messages, a lot of funny messages. Now all I get in my inbox is just people just tattletaling on each other. Like, ooh, he did this. Ooh, he did that. Like I'm Jesus. Like, yeah, I know I've been around, but you don't have to cry to me. I mean, it's understandable if you want to talk about it, but there's nothing I can physically tell you but blacklist. And I'm going to say this in front of everyone, and I'm going to instruct on how to do that. Somebody, if you have them as a friend, do whatever you can to avoid them. Mute them, avoid them as a player. Call Microsoft if you got to, and tell them, look, don't ever put me in a lobby with this guy. Do what you got to do to get rid of him. Like, and the more you acknowledge it, the more it grows. It's like when you give a baby attention, like you laugh at a baby, or you show incentive to a baby when he's acting bad, or you kind of gradually building a baby to be a baby that's not gonna never listen, a baby that's gonna fuck up, a baby that's just gonna go to jail when he gets older. And I think you gotta start treating these new families like babies, because don't start getting people who think they have authority or have power over people. And I respect each and every one of you to an extent. I believe that you can be a Dom. I mean, some of you people in this room act like it already, some of you don't. I haven't been around to see it. I just got back in 3 months. But what I've seen so far in these Dom meetings is just pitiful. Y'all don't know how to act. People in helicopters, people over here drunk and can't stand still. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like, come on now. That's all I gotta say. And I'm probably gonna be quiet for the rest of the time unless I'm being talked to.
And I think Scarfo had it next.
Nah, go ahead. I mean,
Malakoff, you wanted to talk?
I wanted to say something about the drive-by thing. You guys want to keep it like so that there's one rank that does the assassinations, as in like, you know, the hitman type guy. I mean, okay, let me put it this way. I'm just gonna use Don Martelli as an example. Right? Let's say I'm a hitman from a different mafia that wants to assassinate you. That's my job. You're across the map driving around in a car, right? Like, let's just say like a decently fast car. You know, you're going around, and I'm the only hitman online at that time. And that basically makes you invulnerable to me. So, I mean, yeah, I could come up to you and I could try to shoot you out of your car and get out of my car and shoot you then. But 90% of the time, by that point, you're going to be leading the game. You're going to be like, shit, this guy can assassinate me, I'm going to lead. I mean, I think everyone has done that at least once or twice, you know? So it's like, I think we should allow a one-man drive-by because, you know, you're a hitman and you need to get assassinations. It's not like that's what you do. So the only way that you can actually get that person in a single car is if you like go on top of a building and snipe them. By that time, they're going to be driving away from you. I don't know anyone that would, you know, stay near you. You know, they're going to be dipping away and doing a whole bunch of other shit. So I think that we should legalize this one-man drive-bys.
Well, I don't know who was first.
It was me and the guy in to say to that, I mean, said something about you being the only one to go get the assassination. To start off, really, assassinations weren't like, I mean, they were a big thing, but they weren't every day, they weren't all the time, they weren't rushed. You know, if you really want to get somebody, sometimes they're going to get away. Like, you have to just face facts. I mean, if you really want to get somebody to do, set it up. Like, take your time, find a way, look into what you can do, and then get them, like, to where they can't be, like, you know, say anything, but they got me, or they're just going to stay quiet. That's usually how you know they get you out. As far as the drive-by by yourself, dude, like, it's too easy in this game, especially with the AP pistol. Like, no, like, you just can't. You gotta have somebody drive with you. I mean, if you're the only one in the game, dude, find a different way to do it, or wait till another day. Like, that's just basics I don't have to say about that.
Got it.
Yeah, I agree with Don Valachi. I mean, first off, assassinations in the mafia community were like usually voted on between mafias. Like, somebody really fucked up and they deserve to die. I mean, here we just go after each other for no reason. But I mean, if you're gonna go after somebody, it should at least be an advantage to both sides. Somebody should be able to defend themselves in a certain way, Like, if I'm running from someone in a car, if they do shoot me out of the car, then I know they have to actually get out and shoot me again. Because then I actually have a chance to fight back. Because, I mean, somebody always either has the upper advantage or, you know, the under advantage. Either you're in a faster car or I'm in a faster car, and that just makes it more challenging. And assassinations weren't the easiest things to get, for no lie. That's why, like he said, it should take time, and you know, you do things right, and then there's nothing no one can say. So.
Yo, Tanagra, I got a question. I understand that you're intellectually disabled, but if you got something to say, you need to speak up. Don't sit there and send me pretty little text messages talking shit. You got a problem.
Yeah, for real. He sent me
You're
one
Don.
too.
Don't act like
you're
you're
I said you're the same shit. I said you were a cutie pie. I said you were a cutie pie. That's what I said.
Alright,
don't.
we're getting off
That
topic.
was that. If you got something to say, bring it to the floor. Don't bring it to my text.
Let me talk.
According to your rules, I can't speak. So I went ahead and I sent you a text message. Calling you a cutie
I never
pie.
said
That's all I said.
He said you could speak. We said don't speak for each other if you wanted to talk.
Well, I chose to deal with it the way I wanted to deal with it. I sent him a text message. If you want to cry about it, let me cry about it.
Look, let me say this. Dude, you asked me to get you into the next meeting. Me and you were warned pretty hard, but like I had enough respect for you to invite
I thought everybody had to say this dude fucking talks the whole time, so it kind of annoys me. It's just kind of annoying.
Click your thing. Can you click analog sticks? Click both the analog sticks. See what it does.
It doesn't matter. I'm just here, just sitting by, just listening. So if I want to send a text message, I can send it to you.
Just because he's an OG?
If you're a Don, you can't deal with a fucking text message, then fucking you shouldn't be here.
No, this is a meeting. It's your principal, you fucking idiot. If you got something to say, bring it to the floor.
I sent you a fucking text message.
Bring it to the floor. Bring it to the floor. Bring it to the floor. If anybody's got something to say, bring it to the floor.
It's just funny because you talk the most shit, but the thing is, your members are
I'm
fucking
talking shit to
buzzards
you
chasing
now, you fucking idiot.
No,
if you got something to say, bring it to the floor.
Fucking chasing after
Alright, yo, this is a meeting. This isn't, ladies, I got a bigger thing. Y'all go in another lobby.
Let's break it up. You want to fight? You have to go outside. Well, not go outside. Go to the street. Look at you want to talk? Do that. Click your analog stick right now. Everybody click the analog stick. Both of them at the same time. Do it. Click. Oh, mine worked. Nobody else's worked? It's weird. Alright, I forgot where we're at.
Anyway, we're talking about the shooting somebody out of shooting in the car and all that. Why solo drive-bys aren't?
Alright, Malikov, you got anything else to bring up?
Not really.
Alright, so now it's
I'm good.
Okay, Maverino, he's not talking. Guy, go ahead.
Said my piece.
About your topic.
That's basically all I had to say.
Teeth? I don't understand what you said.
So that's basically all I had to say.
Sorry, I couldn't control myself. I got something I can say to that. As far as teeth goes, dude, there's just, until we can teach a lot of people that there's no reason, like, let's see. See some people I don't know. Like, I recently actually met, who was this right here, but Toronto over here? Can't read this thing. Say it.
It's Veterano, yeah.
Yeah, alright, see, I recently just met him, didn't know him, didn't shoot at him. Like, the rules of engagement, how it should be. Of course, don't know him, don't shoot at him. But now, just met him. Before I met him, didn't know him, didn't shoot at him. Like, as far as speed goes, you would have to make that with everyone. Unless y'all aren't, fighting with each other, then there's no reason that the peace shouldn't already be there. Did everybody kind of understand that? No? Maybe not.
Yeah, I understand, yo.
Yeah.
Don't be shooting at random ass people just because you don't talk to them. Shoot at people who like disrespect you or spit on your shoes.
Yeah, but at the same time, we all need to keep that comfortable distance away from each other, because if I don't know you and you don't know me and you come rolling up on me, then we're gonna have a problem, obviously, because we don't, we obviously don't know each other. But I mean, you keep your distance, and then if you want to do business with that mafia, then you talk to them.
I mean, if I got my group, if I got my guys, my compound, you come to my compound, and I'll talk to you, be like, what's up, what do you want? Start shooting, you start shooting. But like, I'm basically cool with everyone until they start shooting.
Anything else?
Alright, yo, Tanaga, your analog stick broke, or you still want to send text?
Yo, if he sends a text, just ignore it. It's not that big of a deal.
Resolve this how? By blacklisting. If you don't know how to do that, speak to higher member of management and learn how to blacklist. Simple as that. We won't have any problems with nobody. Blacklist. And I'm not saying blacklist because he did something like he told your mom that, she's got combat boots on, or this is serious business when you talk blacklist, like blacklisting. What you do is you send a message, put it in brackets, blacklist. Block, mute, delete. Simple as that. And to what you were saying, the second thing was, I smoked too much weed, so I forgot what the second thing was, so...
It's about Don's coming out of thin air.
Don's coming out of thin air. That's always gonna happen. You're gonna have that. You're gonna have that. You're gonna have people in your families that leave. That all depends on how you recruit. Yes, back in the day there was an age limit. There is still an age limit. It's a preference towards your person. I have a personal preference. You have to be older than 16, but I guess it's a maturity leveler that levels out. If someone has the maturity, I'm gonna bring him. If somebody's loud, squeaky, and shoves the mic in their mouth and always says nigga 24/7, I'm going to most likely not bring them in. Like I said, it's a matter of preference. It's more of along the lines of your family, really. If these people, the way they act, it signifies their family, really. If you come into Don's meeting acting like whatever just happened now, I feel sorry for this dude's family. If you come in here acting disrespectful, I'm gonna think your whole family's disrespectful. That's why I got pissed off at Sinagra, and I'm gonna explain myself why I acted out of line. This is a Don's meeting. I understand text can be sent, but if you're trying to address somebody in person, like a back and forth conversation, speak that shit out loud. You got a problem with somebody? Bring it to the table. We're all adults here. No need to say, he, I'm gonna call you a little bitch, and be like, well, let's talk shit. No, if you have something logically to say, bring it to the table. That's it, for real. Like, these are basic rules that I thought I'd never have to teach anybody.
Yeah. Go back to what another thing that can help it is what he was saying, dude. Respect, like that's all. So it's like preaching on a church back. Like this is why we don't really even need like a whole argument about rules, man. Because if you just kept it to these bottom lines, you wouldn't need them. Like besides the obvious ones, you join the game and you respect your partner after you get the kill, you don't die. You don't use obvious crap. Like say with no ban on anything yet. Alright, but the supercar problem everybody has. If I get in a supercar and someone dies from me because I hate single drive-bys, come up to someone passenger. Actually, I'll drive for them since I'm done. He sticks his gun out the window, kills you, you got back to the apartment. If nobody kills you, I didn't drive backwards so you couldn't shoot at me, kill me. You had a chance to kill me. Why? What was the legitimate sense? Because it was a fancy car? You get what I'm saying?
Yes,
There's
no.
respect level to it. I gotta tell you what to say.
What's that? The only rule that should be really a controversial thing would be the assassination should be really the only controversial thing. Like all these other rules, they need to be set and not fucked with. Like all these who can assassinate rules and what you should wear on your face or that. All the rest of the rules is how you conduct your family. That has nothing to do with me.
Exactly.
Whatever I do with my family is between my family. I don't dare not one of you come to me and say, bro, you need to have this rank, or you need to have name changes, or you need to have this. That's a preference between family. If you were around back in the day, none of us had gamer tags, and the only reason why I changed my gamer tag was because there was people trying to take Martelli's name. Try to add someone named Don A to the whole entire alphabet, there's a Martelli for that. And that's why I made my gamer tag that. If not, I'd still be ex-Captain X. I don't need to change my gamer tag. But I don't want no one trying to run around like they're Martelli neither. That's the only reason why I have my gamer tag changed. I'm not preaching it on none of my members to change their gamer tags neither. That's on them. And if you really want to think about it to the nearest decimal, all these Flappy Verenzano, I'm going to use the example Verenzano, like Flappy Verenzano or Booger Verenzano. If y'all want to cry about roleplay, that's just not roleplay. Put the first name in there. A first name like Mike Verenzano. You know what I mean? That's roleplay. If you want to cry about something, at least cry about something that makes a valid point. Who's that? Scarfo. You got the floor. Go ahead. Speak your mind.
And I agree with you completely because the way we are Scarfo, I prefer people to pull names from a Scarfo, actual family name, and use that name. The nicknames and all that, I disagree with.
So I mean, it's good to an extent.
It boils down to, you know, like you said, is respect. Holding your family accountable for what they do. Be respectful. I particularly my family, I don't want to start names to be known as illegitimate. Can't do shit right. Always complaining, always whining, all this shit. I want to be known as, you know, like we respect the OGs. I want to be to the next gen or GTA 6. So I want to follow that line of you know how you go about it. So I mean the whole point of it is respect.
Gabby had before next. I just wanted to say what I was going to add while I had the chance because it makes sense. Anything you do should be in attempts to move your name to a more like respected view. You know what I mean? Anything you do, you want to better your reputation, not for known for being the guy who blows somebody up the jet. You know, assassination. You want to be known for the guy who does shit the right way. Go ahead, guys.
I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that, actually.
Okay, so I'm bringing some more stuff. So the whole recruiting thing, trying to carry yourself through mafia ways, basically the point of that, what I meant. Give me 1 second. I forgot. God, I completely forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah. All right, the little game. All right. There's not everybody, but basically, for the most part, there's a good bit of people who know what they're doing. So you just be like, yeah, like, you know, the guy that does stuff right, like I was saying. All these new families popping up, you know, there's not really going to be a whole lot of people being able to tell them, you know, hey, you shouldn't be here, you can't do that. They're going to do it anyway. The least you can do is try and give them a helping hand at first. Try and teach them ways, try and give them your advice, try and help them out with stuff. And then when they still are like, nah, screw you, I'm good, you eat spaghetti and, you know, blow people up with a jet and call myself a mafia, then you just ignore them. But at least try and give them a helping hand before we just put them to the curve, you know? Like, they're going to be in the community either way it goes. Because they brought themselves there. But eventually, they'll either, if you help them at least, if they make it, then they'll be somebody that can be respected. If they don't, then there's one less person in the community. So just make it a point. If you see other little families, or if you are other little families, someone who just started, try and go to someone and get advice and do things the right way.
Objection. I can't wiggle my hands right now, but I'm just gonna say objection.
Got it.
Yeah, like to all you families, see, I know a lot of you, well, I know a majority, but there's a lot of you, probably like a good 85%, are new to me. If you ever need something, come to me. One thing I don't like, don't ask me for advice if you're gonna come and say, let's have a meeting, and invite me to your apartment, and then try to have me assassinate. Because how I see it is, a Don's meeting is a safe place where no shooting should ever happen. And that's a good way to get blacklisted. So if you ever call Don's meeting, or any meeting in general with a higher, like a Don to Don meeting, it should be no shooting off the bat. Even though I want to shoot you, I'm not going to shoot you. I would have shot Sinagra, I wouldn't have cared. All I had to do was get out of passive mode to Dusty. But I didn't, because out of respect for the Don's meeting. It's a sacred bond. And, you know, even if he did get shot, he was acting out of line, he deserved it. But don't ever try that shit out of spite, like assassinate him. He's got his.
Well, I immediately.
I know what you did. You did it. It was justified. I justified it. He was acting out of line. He needed to get dealt with.
Yeah, I'm speaking. Honestly, I probably should have did that, but I mean.
No. I say it was good. What I'm saying, like, what I'm speaking about is, don't join a Don's meeting in intention to assassinate a Don. If a Don's acting out of line, by all means handle him. But respect it. Don's meeting is a safe place. I'm never gonna, you know, whip out my gun and shoot you because we're having an argument. It's here, it's the verbal. Now, however, if we have a problem, I'll see you in the free mode, but I'm not gonna disrespect you in this Don meeting. And I think that should go for everybody. And as much as these rules are being made, there needs to be rules for certain things that no one has touched. The Don's meeting rule, we've never talked about. I never hear it being talked about, never in my life. So I'm gonna bring it down to the table right now. The number one rule is respect. Like how we're doing it right now. I'm proud of all you guys that are actually doing it. You know, you've got my acknowledgement. You know, for the people who are actually, you know, doing. Go ahead. What did you say?
I was telling Don actually has a guy in there.
Oh.
What?
Don, there's a guy in here at Low Rock.
Oh, that's Godfather.
Oh, okay, GF. Okay.
That's why it says GF. He wanted so bad to put. He wanted so bad to put the T in there, and it wouldn't fit.
Okay, I got you. Just a little heads up to everyone. Just because you're in here doesn't mean all your men got in here. So try to send out a little short message.
I was gonna touch bases on that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, number one, if somebody calls a Don's meeting, remember this is a safe place, no shooting. I mean, if you absolutely have to shoot it out, at least walk to the fucking street and do it. You got blood all over the floor now. Everybody's bleeding. It's not a really comfortable place for me to have a meeting. I don't know if somebody has AIDS, you know what I mean? And if that needs to happen, if it absolutely has to happen, there's a street outside, bro.
This is the first one.
I know. I understand. Shit happens. I'm not gonna say I haven't done it in my past. I've done it before in my past. When I was new, I've done it. I've learned there's a place for that shit. If we're having a meeting here, take that shit outside. If 100% has to happen, just say, hey, walk with me to the street. Let's handle it over there. Then go handle it, and then we'll stop talking. Whoever dies, you know, it's been established. You have the bigger dick or whatever it is you're arguing about. Bring your ass back here and get in the circle. And the second thing is, if you're a Don, you had D-O-N in front of your name, you need to be here. Not your associate, not a consigliere, not a fucking hitman. However, there is a subject to that counteracts it. If you are not able to be here, you can send a representative for your family to come here and act as a Don. Just make sure you know that one person is representing your Don, which is representing your family. So be picky on who you invite to those meetings. And the number one thing you need to remember is respect. That's it.
I wish you would have been there when I first came back, because like that's literally all I said. He go about for me.
That's it. And you know, different people to have meetings differently. Like I know I just kind of came in here and was like, Valachi, it's going down this way. But you can set it up differently. You can say, bro, I want to have a meeting, but let's have it in my apartment. Or I want to have a meeting, let's have it here. Let's have it here. The rules for this meeting is we're gonna go in the circle and talk about it, or we can just have a big discussion where people are just talking about everything. We're all getting off topic and it's getting confusing. My head hurts. I'm tired of people arguing, and I leave the game. And it's two ways, and I mean this is the best way. I see you right there, and whoever doing that. I'm typing a message right now, but I see you doing that. Who are you? Garfield, go ahead.
I mean, just being brought up off topic, we kind of did get off on it, and it kind of turned into a general discussion, but I think we should keep it in the model that we're talking about as a topic, only because we're already running in 46 minutes.
Well, Don's meetings are
we got on a good bit.
Don's meetings are typically a long time, just because everyone has an opinion. It would have been less time if we didn't have the situation where everybody got dusted, blood all over the floor. I might have salmonella now, shit like that.
I understand. I'm just saying a little bit.
Yeah, I understand.
We kind of keep
repeating stuff. Yeah. We're good, but we're making progression now. We're establishing what should happen in Down meetings. We're not getting off topic now, but we did in the past. So with that being said, whoever was talking, feel free to speak, or who's next to go, have the floor now.
I basically brought up everything I wanted. Those few things could really help us, you know what I mean? Recruit the right people in and kick those who really don't belong in out and want to there's about try to somewhat teach the other families, you know what I'm saying, the smaller ones that are just coming in, you know what I'm saying, if they do something wrong, don't get mad or send out a crybaby message, just hit them up, be like, hey, you know, this and that, and they'll be like, oh, well, why? And like, yeah, I'm bringing in more people to talk to you, you know what I'm saying, try that, and just have respect for yourself, dude, for everybody else. As far as I am.
I mean, my main thing is, like I said, we need to focus on getting back to the old rules. Some altered because the game has been altered from before was. Obviously, we didn't have personal vehicles back then, you do now. So there's a sense of, yeah, we do need to look into a certain type of ban. Like my main thing I'm bringing up is the whole panel behind the car. But I mean, at the end of it, it just needs to be simple rules. Because, like we were saying, you know, once you get too detailed into it, and it just keeps, you know, rule on top of rule on top of rule, people just won't follow. One, it's hard to keep track of this rule and that rule. Two, nobody's going to get a shit because it's the same thing last week and this week. Next week's going to be different. But I mean, like you said, obviously, the most controversial rule is assassination. The main thing I want to bring up with that is I know you say Don should be assassinated. To be honest, I agree to a certain extent. I do like going out and assassinating. I only go out and assassinate other Dons.
Okay.
And yeah, no, it wasn't very popular back in the day. But there were Dons that did their hands dirty.
Objection. Oh yeah, whoever's doing the hand motion, you got it before me.
Alright, as far as, the first thing you said,
talking about simplicity of the rules, and but altering to what GTA
just basically what I did, I don't know if people are going to agree with it, quite honestly, like I'm to the point where I don't care. Probably read the last message that I had, like whenever we had that other one more telling. I just sent out a message and I was like, you know what, I'm reverting back to doing what I want to do, and like, and we're gonna play to where to the point of what I think is fair. You know what I mean? Like I still don't have super guards going around because like a lot of people don't agree with it. But besides that, like, I have my own little thing that my family does, and if somebody hits me up and says it's not legit what I do, I'll talk to them about it. If I agree with them, I'll be like, you know what, I'm gonna change that. But if I don't agree with them, I think they're just trying. So I'm like, alright, whatever. Goodbye. As far as Don's doing the...
I just joined your guys' party, guys. Your session.
Who is it?
Donadello.
Okay,
alright, well, come over here, and from now on, whenever just do a little, click both your analog sticks, make a little motion. Don't speak over anyone.
Okay.
As far as the whole time doing it thing, I agree with Martelli, but I agree with Scarzo because, I mean, yeah, real life, we wouldn't do it, but this is a game, and I kind of like to do it myself sometimes because it's fun. You know what I mean? If you keep track of what I do, I usually arrange everything and I let everybody else do it for the most part. But every once in a while, I like to do it myself. It's fun. It's fun. I don't think we should put a big ban on ourselves.
Objection.
Do it just because, you know, it is a game, and I like.
Where is everybody at?
Who has his
Just
name?
run him out.
I can do my finger thing now. I'm
Go ahead,
sorry.
Martello.
I wasn't very specific upon things. Anybody know what a setup is?
Yes.
Can somebody describe it to me?
I will.
Alright. Mr. Running Man, can you describe what a setup is?
Okay, it's whenever you trick someone to come into a meeting with you, talk about a certain topic. It wouldn't be an all-dons meeting. It's a regular, like, sit-down or a meeting between two families, and then kill them. Usually you have a reason you should do it just because you want to be known. You do that. But,
Mr. Valachi, but you are incorrect. I will inform you what a setup is. Anybody know what a mission is now? This is an important thing. Everyone should know what a mission is. You guys do this in your family. If you do, give me a little acknowledgement by doing this. If you do missions in your family, give me one of these. I don't care which one you have, you just do it. Alright, so only one person in this room knows what a mission is. Oh, 2 people. Alright, we're starting to get some hands here. Alright, so a lot of you don't do missions. A mission would be like, okay, I need you to obtain a certain vehicle and bring it here. Or I need you to make a specific drug product, like go to Trevor's meth lab, make some specific increments of amount of pounds or liters you might be making, and then transport it back to the compound. Or like, let's say you're role-playing now. This is role-playing. Now I take you to a mission, like, okay, I need you to rob all the banks in Grand Theft Auto without being killed. And I need you, I see your acknowledgement, and I need you to come over here to me, and like, roleplay, you know, like, this guy's not
I
paying
didn't know
up.
those were called missions, but I might actually do that.
Alright, those are missions. Now let's say if I send you on a mission, like Don Valachi, what I need you to do is, let's go have a drug meeting. And we have a drug meeting. Little diddly does he know there's a sniper way out in the middle of nowhere, pops everybody. That's a setup. Dons are allowed to do that. I did it today. I went, I said to my recruit, I said, look, let's go have a meeting. And I took him down to the movies. I see your acknowledgement. What do you have to say?
I mean, yeah, I understand the setup, but what's the chances that you're going to get your enemy in a meeting? And that's the part where I'm all for setup and shit like that. I'm all for setup for guys that you want to initiate war with, but the guys that you've already got in, you know, for example, Don, obviously is black. He's not going to come into a meeting with me. He's not going to come into where I can create a setup. So therefore, I have to catch him in a lobby on his own, or you know, in a primo war lobby rather, and go out. And that's the part where I'm talking about assassination of Don.
Oh, assassinations of Don. That's perfect. Okay. At the end of the day, this is all really roleplay. If I'm having some sort of beef with Valachi, I'm still going to be in a roleplay lobby with him. And, you know, this is the big thing. Everyone has some sort of big vendetta. At the end of the day, if I don't like you, you don't like me, let's try to resolve the problem. If we can't resolve it talking, then let's resolve it shooting. And then after we resolve it shooting, whoever's the winner, whoever has the biggest dick in quotations, is the winner of that argument or situation. Everything goes back to the way it's supposed to go. It's all role play at the end. We don't need no hardcore beef. And this is why you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to set up a mission with Don Icenagor. You're not allowed, and the only way you'd have to do that is to drag him to a meeting because he thinks the meetings is a safe place, and now you drug him into a meeting and shot him, and he feels disrespected, which gradually kind of fucks the role play up if you catch the motion. The snowball is kind of gradually getting big.
I understand that. Even like it goes both ways. So like, I mean, you can. There's always a chance that you're gonna get shot. You know, at a meeting, roleplay, out in the open, whatever, dude. Like, there's always gonna be a place where you get shot. Like, there's always a place and time where you can get hit. So I don't see why it wouldn't be a meeting is a setup. Like, I don't understand why you would say that. Like, I'll take some real life stuff now. Alright, so bananas. The original Don of the Bananas became the godfather of a whole entire commission. Went back to Italy. Other families found this as a chance to like take him down. They left his son in charge. They invited him to sit down and talk about some things. He went to the place. They were telling him to come inside a room. He knew something was up. Next thing you know, somebody took out a pistol, tried to shoot him. He got hit. He ran. He got away. It was a meeting and it was a setup, but he got away. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand why you would say it's not a setup. Just because it's not like a drug deal or something.
Who you referring to?
Martelli said it. I'm referring to like a real like banana.
But my point is like, I'm not going around killing, you know, just anybody. I'm going to go after the most highest rank, and that's the only person I'm trying to kill. On top of that, there's the YouTube aspect of it. I like doing videos. I'm very creative with my editing and putting it on YouTube. And the whole point of putting it on YouTube is making them look stupid. So obviously I'm going to go and you know, that's the only aspect of it that I'm not saying, hey, Don should be killing anybody and everybody. Yeah, the majority of the assassinations should be done by other members of the family, but I still should be able to go out and it not be considered, you know, not legit, and I shouldn't be in the community because I'm another godfather than Don.
Sorry, I dropped my controller.
Alright, what I was gonna say is like, either way it goes, like role play, drug deal, a meeting, and you get popped. Either way it goes, it's like setup. You did something to lure them to getting around you to where you can kill them. So either way it goes, it's a setup. Jay, for next.
The thing about the YouTube, I mean, I'm cool with you guys doing the YouTube and all, but the role playing shit. This community is a secret community, is it or is it not?
Yeah, I agree with you. The old school people who really didn't record, the only thing they would record was the TDM. If they did it, they did it. You weren't supposed to put videos out for other people to see. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna lie, it's here now, and I enjoy doing it too. But it's a hobby. Like I like doing it, I like watching them. It's like the minimum.
But
one day,
the thing is, with these videos, let's not depend on it, like Gigante does.
No. If you get hit, even if they didn't record it, you should be able to say that you got hit. And if you didn't get the person, you know, they shouldn't have to have a video proving that you did. You should just be like, nah, I didn't get on it. That all boils back down to respect. Martelli.
Three things. And I know you guys are tired of me talking, but these are things. I've been very quiet.
Oh, dude,
I've been quiet for about a year now. I just kind of did what I had to do. Now that you guys are really in the fucking business of listening, I kind of have a earful to say. So this is why I've been talking so fucking much. But along the lines of YouTube, I didn't like it at first. I still don't do it, but I support it, and only for one reason and one reason only. Time lapse, like a little capture card, you know. They want to do that stuff. That's fine and dandy, but there's a time and thing for everything. Like me personally, as long as you don't join the lobby with me and do all that recording stuff, I'm fine with it. But if you want to do assassinations and have your people do assassinations and record it, I like that for one reason and one reason only. Because people cry and cry and cry and cry about, oh, he didn't do it, oh, he didn't do it, oh, he didn't. And I look at them. If somebody sends me a link that's saying somebody got assassinated, granted if they're a Don or not, I still look at it because, you know, it could be humorous and it gives me incentive to say, okay, you guys do things right. I acknowledge it. And along the lines of the second subject for this whole Don assassinating ship, I really suggest every Don in here not to do it because I stressed it once. It's kind of for the hitman. If you want to kill people and, you know, set people up, that's fine. That's the only thing I strongly dislike. Everybody doing hitman are jobs. If you want to do a hitman job, feel free to demote yourself to hitman, then do it. Make a different account, go on a silver account and make a hitman account and run around and do that type of shit. But if you're a Don, I really don't want you doing that. And I can't stress it enough. With that being said, dilly dilly do, the guy across the room with the hand on the head. I can't, oh, that's Scarfo. Oh, okay, speak your mind.
And I'm gonna go back to what Don said. He talked about it being a secret mission. I understand that, and I'm all for that. But at the same time, he goes through like what Kelly. You got a lot of people that said, "Oh, it was fake, oh, it was fake." So what we did was put it on YouTube.
Or at least have it closed. Something.
I mean, I don't know about the rest of you Dons, but if I do get whacked and it's legit, tell the guy good job.
Of course, but you can't count on everybody in the community to do that. So in order to make this person look stupid, to where people start saying, "Oh, well, maybe we need to start, looking into blacklisting because he's doing fuckboy shit." Then. But at the end of the day,
that's you guys complaining and exposing them, like how we were talking about at the beginning of the meeting and saying how like everyone's tired of it.
Well, I'm not putting it up to expose nobody. I'm putting it up to show that I did this. And at the end of the day, yeah, we're playing roleplay, and that's YouTube, and we're showing video of the same way people go around doing trick shots.
I mean, I don't know about you, but if I go and whack someone and they cry it's fucking illegit, I'm just gonna blacklist them like Martelli said.
I think the whole assassinating as a Don thing shouldn't be looked down on if the Don does decide to do that. I think it should just be the Don's basically it's basically up to that Don or that family. Like we all have our points of views. We might be like, damn, he's a dumbass for being a Don and getting his hands dirty, because in the real mob, Dons didn't get their hands dirty because they had to stay out of jail. You know what I mean? But at the same sense, a lot of you guys do assassinations. I do assassinations. When my name was Godfather, I didn't. But I think as a Don, I don't think it's really that big of a deal in my personal opinion. I think that's something that every mafia should be able to decide on their own.
Kelly?
Alright. That falls along the lines of community unity. It rhymes, it sounds silly. Community unity. Can everybody say it? Community unity.
Unity.
Alright.
One name, Doctor, and do community unity.
It's not that. It falls along the lines of the same thing we're arguing about, and it continues to loop and loop and loop and loop and loopy loop and loop. About how people want to go back to the old rules, but yet want to do the same new shit. That's new family shit. I understand you like assassinating people, but as a primitive recommendation, if you like assassinating people, why don't you just make a new account? I have a new account. I have one. It's subject something 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 on my look on my friends list. It's there. But I don't know. That's one thing I'm gonna have to disagree on. I don't like that. If you have a hitman rank, that's what it's for. Hitman rank, assassinate other people. A Don's rank, run the family. And I mean, yeah, you can assassinate, but what's the point if you have a hitman rank? What's the point if it's been established? Gotti, you got the floor.
Alright, well, as far as I can remember back, I've seen Dons assassinating. Like, I've heard that bits and pieces of Dons aren't supposed to assassinate, but I've always thought it was up to the Don himself. And, I mean, this is way before GTA 5 even come out. Dons were assassinating. So, I mean, it might have been a rule, but it hasn't been very enforced.
I think the greatest suit was there who did it before me.
Wait, what was that, Velanchi?
Chusino did it first. You got you now?
Chusino, what are you doing?
Happy ending.
Chusino, just go ahead.
Someone's gonna speak.
Alright, someone was slapping me did it before I did the little rock guy.
Yeah, I firmly believe that if a Don is in a position where they have to, they do so. But don't they have people for that job?
Ding, ding, ding.
I mean, it's understandable if you really have to get your hands dirty. Yes, but they've got all kinds of people to do that job. The whole idea is for the Don to be safe.
I understand that. Alright, go ahead, talk. In relation to like the whole assassination thing, I kind of wish we could bring back the rule, because I'm pretty sure there was a rule. If you get hit in a setup, that your family was done. Was that a rule, Martelli?
No. I'm gonna say no. That was never a rule.
I always thought.
That was never a rule. I have a question actually. Since you asked me, I kind of got the floor now. Gotti, you played Grand Theft Auto 4, right? You came up from 4, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why. We came from 4, the original 5 family. We came from 4, but we all moved to Ballad, and the Ballad was treated like, and don't take this personal. The Ballad was treated, or not the Ballad, but the original. It was treated like, you know, the blacklisted people went over there, or like, you know, people that we didn't fuck with, we kind of just told them to go over there, and then they was like, okay, fine. It was a big controversial thing, because they was like, alright, we'll go over here, you stay over there, don't fuck with us, we don't fuck with you, and a lot of the OGs play Ballad. And however, we did go to the original from time to time, but it moved to Ballad, and that's why a lot of this fuckery is going on, because people in Ballad had different terms than people in the original, and now we're all in one game, and this is why this whole shit is here. We're not separated no more. We're all together. One big happy family. So I think the guy across from me did the wiggly first.
Oh, whew. Good form workout, but going on from what Tracino said, you're a small family, yeah, I'm okay with you going out there doing assassinations as a Don. But like, if you're like me, Valachi, Scarfo, Amuzo, Martelli, big families. Gotti also. You guys should not be going out there getting assassinations. You guys got like multiple men, probably like 30 men each. Being able to go out there and get assassinated. Huh? Just you and down there? Everyone just left you right now?
Let me stop digging around, sorry. Alright, I think somebody else did it right after you. It's either Scarfo or Gotti.
You know, guy did it first. He's been doing it the whole time.
I don't know, man. I don't think your mic's working, bro.
Tracino, he did it first, I believe.
Yeah, shit, sorry, my mic was halfway out. The thing that I've noticed a lot is that every family is obsessed with assassinations free mode wars, and TDMs. That's all that roleplay is now to them. And I think we need to break away from the assassinations, and, you know, that's how we're going to deal with our wars. I think we need to have, you know, a different system for dealing with problems between families. And there's always going to be that family that claims that every assassination against them is fake, and you're going to have Richie Gigante 550-0 in every message, and shit like this just doesn't work. So we need to find a new way of dealing with problems between families. That's all I got to say.
I'll forgive him saying
Alright, so back on the topic of the Dons not being able to assassinate, I'll agree and I'll disagree with that. Like, if a Don joins a game and there's somebody in there and they're vulnerable to get assassinated, like, go for shit, go get him and get an assassination. But if you're gonna fucking sit there and join everybody's game just to get an assassination as a Don, I don't think you should do that. So, like, you get in a game with them, go assassinate them. Don't fucking sit there and join session in progress over and over again until you finally get in a game, because you're just fucking wasting your time.
I mean, oh, I'm sorry, Scrappy, you were next, I'm sorry.
No, Martello, go ahead.
No. Tracino is the first one to go.
I just have a brief question. Did we ever establish a rule on who joined who rule? Like, if I joined someone else, or did we ever institute executions, or was it just a pure self-defense, no message?
That's just way too intricate. I mean, the word is you don't get assassinated, so.
Alright, got it.
I mean, the whole joining the game thing, it kind of just clarifies that you can see if they died or not. Like, I understand if I joined your game, you didn't die the whole game. You know, I understand your feelings, but there's no way for me to tell if you're lying or not. But the way, like, nobody would be legit about that. I guarantee you, everybody would be like, oh, I was alive. You know?
But nobody's legit about most of the rules anyways today.
I mean, they would be more than that. But whoever's next.
It was either me or Martelli.
You go first.
Alright, so the thing with Carlisi said, as a Don, or like even a higher up, like a hierarchy, like a boss or a consigliere, why the hell are you going into games alone?
Well, like the first game of the day, you just go start, join game. You get in a game, not thinking, like, somebody's in there. So fucking, instead of wasting your time to go in there and invite everybody into the game, because the session could be full. So the session's full, you can't invite nobody in there. If it's not you invite your guys in there, they're going to invite their guys in there, and it's going to turn into a big war.
You're talking, you're talking.
I mean, that's not your job. Wait another day.
But, like, see, the point I'm trying to make is, if you get in a game with them, like the first game you join, I don't see why you should just leave when you can go get someone who's vulnerable to get assassinated. Like, I don't see why you should just be like, oh, well, fuck it, whatever.
I mean, like, then again, it's your family choice and all that. I'm just saying, as a Don, why the fuck are you in there alone? Having that Don name puts a #1 target on you. So you should have bodyguards around you 24/7.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Hey, Don Nico, hi, how you doing?
Yo, what I have to counter to you is I have 30 members. Believe it or not, there's plenty of times I'd get on and not all my members are on. I'm still going to play PS5.
Exactly.
I'm not going to just wait and sit around and say, oh, I can't assassinate. So I'm going to go in a lobby, and if I so happen to see a Don, again, I'm not going in to assassinate loop to loop who's an associate or anybody else. I'm going in, if there's a Don in there, a Godfather, I'm going to assassinate them. But even with having a big family, you run into times where you don't always have somebody on.
That's when I go join my ally friends.
Oh, well, and you know what? We're not all like I guess the same thought pattern, because I mean, I guess I've seen you do it before, so sometimes I don't really know where you're going with things. But point being,
I mean,
you're not always on, and I'm not gonna depend on Velocity's bodyguard to come and protect me. I don't have time for that. I got on to play a game. Yeah, I'm eventually jumping that party, but I'm also here to play a game, and if none of my members are on, I'm still gonna play by myself. Now it's at my disclosure if I'm gonna go in and take the chance of being killed by myself. But again, I jump in a lobby just out of random. I'm not going hunting this and that. My guy's hunting, but I don't necessarily go.
That's your choice, man. I'm just saying what I do.
Or, I mean, have you changed that? You changed that word on it different.
Me? What do you mean, what was I doing?
Let's not discuss each other.
Alright, man. I was just saying, it's up to the Dons if they want to assassinate.
Alright, who's next?
Did we fully go over assassinations? Because I feel like that's what Carlisi wanted to talk about, right?
Pretty much. All the answers are pretty much.
I really didn't hold this meeting to talk about assassinations though. Like I said in the beginning, man, like, do it legit and have some respect for whatever you do, like, no matter what it is. Like, be a man. If you didn't get them, you didn't get them. If they got you, they got you, have some kind of respect for what you're doing. And there's really no need to discuss the whole rules a whole lot. The OGs did it for us. They made the rules. There's new stuff added, but obviously you should just know what shouldn't go down. Like, no, you shouldn't assassinate somebody with a minigun. If you're gonna use an explosive, try and plant it, you know what I mean? If you did enjoy the game, don't call it an assassination. If you die in the game, don't call it an assassination. If you get assassinated, don't lie about it, Easy stuff like that, man.
Yo, honestly, I see this game as like a sport. Have good sportsmanship. That's how I see it.
Exactly.
Well,
to voice that topic, Alex, please not, because there's been so many meetings about that.
Okay, well, in this meeting, we actually, like, I'm not trying to sound like a smartass, but are we going to vote on actually passing new rules, or?
I mean, the rules are simple.
Yeah, but all rules have to be agreed on. That's why we're here.
And can we wait for Martelli and Amuzio, and I don't care if, Vetrano can come back if they want. But we'll wait for Amuzio and Martelli to get back before we vote.
I'm really not voting on any rules. Like, I'm doing my own thing when it comes to this. And we keep talking about fixing stuff that can fix the community, like we were talking about.
You wanna fight me or something? Swing, bitch. I'm just playing.
Alright, who's
ready?
Fight! Boy. Nobody else is speaking. Basically, we all know assassination. Get in the lobby, kill them, go back to the apartment. I think it's been established that an apartment has been created and taken the place of the police station. Assassination rules are, everybody understands we know them. The main thing that I want to really bring up is what constitutes a push-up.
When a family completely leaves the game.
I know what, yeah, but you have people call it a push-out whenever two people join and you have 5 against them. That's not a push-out. They're outnumbered. At the end of the day, I think that's something that should be discussed. Maybe not this meeting, but some meeting that know, there needs to be something better to determine a push out besides a whole family leaving. Because if I'm not mistaken, there was a war. In fact, it might have been Verrazano. Y'all were in a war for like freaking retarded amount of hours. And at the end of the day, I got a job. I got a full fucking job. I make money. I don't have time. This is a hobby. I do this in my spare time. I'm not gonna sit here the whole goddamn time, 16 fucking hours, to sit here and worry about, oh, if they leave. Obviously, if you're in a lobby and it's a free, full-blown war against their family, they have an exceptional amount, and we have an exceptional amount. And yeah, that's a free mode war. But whenever you're outnumbered and they leave, can we stop with those type of push-out messages? That's kind of retarded.
What if they leave?
Oh, if they just have a limited amount of people.
Oh, dude, that's what I don't
Okay, whatever,
do.
I'm just gonna come out and talk because I've been standing here for like a couple minutes anyway. It's to go with you again, Dog Nico Scarpo, sorry. It's, I think it depends on how you guys fight. I mean, if you have 3 of your guys in there, and there's 7 of them in there, and you decide to come at them and fight them, and then you leave, that's your fault. That has nothing to do with them. You made the choice to shoot them, so I think it just comes down to what you want to do. You think you could take on 7 guys with 3 people, by all means, go ahead. Just, you gotta realize, I mean, if you get pushed out, you get pushed out. You can't say, well, we have a little amount of members. No, if you stay in there and you fight, that's a free move. That's all it is. So if you get pushed out, well, then
that's understandable. If you stay in there and you're actually fighting, but if you got 5 Molotovs that are going to Scarfo's game, and
that's
you know,
the thing.
Sorry,
continue.
We shoot at each other a couple times, and then I realize, oh shit, I don't have nobody else on. There's no purpose for this. I'm gonna go ahead and leave. Then should Molotov really send out a push out?
Oh no, like if we never fought each
That's
other,
what I'm
no,
talking
but I'm
about.
talking
You got
if
so many
you're in
people
like a
that are doing
full-on
it.
fight. Yeah,
I'm
oh
sorry,
I know. I think honestly, if that happens to you, you just don't worry about it. But like man, like you're a retard, like you can't really do anything about it, you can just kinda never play with them again. Because if you join a game, I don't really know a whole lot of people that do that, but I mean if you join a game, it's a whole bunch of like a whole bunch of Malakovs, and you're in there for like a couple seconds and then you leave and they send out a message, well that's just because they're idiots.
What's up, Nico?
That's free to talk.
Go ahead,
So, to initiate a free mode war, I always thought this was the rule. You need at least 3 people. Is that true with your guys' family?
Yeah, I say 3 or 4, either one.
Yeah,
like,
3.
I think that warfare has to be like exchanged though. Like you guys actually have to be in.
I mean, if it's one guy going against like 15 people, that's not a free mode war. But like, say it's 3 guys going against like 12, or 4 going against 12, that's a free mode war. It's a very tilted ice free mode war, but it's still a free mode war. Everyone's leaving. The fucking apocalypse. All the blood around us. Oh my god.
Well, I think it's safe to say I don't know about you, I don't know much else that we can cover because we kind of seen the.
Yeah, we pretty much got everything that should be covered, and people are starting to lag out.
Yeah. Don LaRock will just like to.
Alrighty, guys. I have a question for you guys. You have an Mike? What? Okay. Mike.
Who's talking?
Adula. I can't pronounce it.
Donham, what's up?
Adello.
Duba Abladada, what's up?
You're gonna have to hand me some of that, cause I can't handle these motherfuckers. You know, I gotta get high as shit. I can't take this. No. Yeah.
Tell Martello, your mic's not muted again.
Adello, are you there?
Your mic might be muted or something.
Yeah, you guys.
And in the purple suit. I'm back.
Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah. I'm right here, bro. Can you guys hear me?
Alright,
Yeah,
what did I
can hear
miss? What did I miss when I was...
All right. My question for you guys is the gamer tag changes. You know, I have a couple people in my family who don't necessarily have the means to. So is it all about when you can, or is it, you know, either change it or leave?
Back in the day, they didn't even have gamer tag changes, so I mean, you have the crew tag in this game now. I mean, I think that's good enough. Honestly, I wanted the rule to where anybody could assassinate longer than Mafia sent them, you know. But people were like, no, we gotta watch everybody. I'm like, well,
Objection.
Alright, go ahead, Marcel.
Back in the day, we didn't have gamer tags. I just recently changed my gamer tag about a couple of years ago. Probably about a year ago. Yeah, it was about a year ago. I made this account a year ago. If you don't have the common decency to push down and look at the crew tag and notice who the fuck is, who is what, then it was all about player cards at the end of the day, honestly. Like, if I press my guide button and, if I can see your player card and it says what family you're in and it says what rank you are, if you're not a hitman, if you're whatever, that's acceptable. I fucking ran into the tennis. Who the fuck put that there?
So would it be the motto then? The motto.
Yeah,
Sorry,
your
I
motto.
didn't mean to interrupt.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine, bro. You can your motto. You can have it in your clan tag. I mean, there's other variables you can take. You don't necessarily have to change your gamer tag.
Just let them have the crew tag. It'll be good enough.
Yeah, just bro. Look, I can tell. I can tell everybody.
Malachi. You never brought up blessing with Martelli.
Ah, touchy subject.
Yeah, I kind of forgot that.
So, Don Martelli, last time I talked to you, you said you and Don Genovese were going to talk about it.
Yeah, because seeing as me and him are the two oldest active Dons in Grand Theft Auto ever, there needs to be an establishment between the two about who can really do it and who can't. But as far as I see it, what rank are you? I'm gonna state my opinion. I'm not giving you any. Who's got the echo mic, bro? Yeah, it's you, the guy in the white. Yeah, you fixed that. All right, cool. I'm fucking bitch. Who's got the echo mic? Anyway, Latino, like unplug your mic or something. How I see it is, I'm not gonna put this in, and I'm not gonna say you can and cannot do this, but my opinion on it is this: if you've been around for longer than 3 years, maybe 2 years, maybe long enough to know what you're doing, like I would say Valachi, I kind of want to say yeah, you can do it, but I mean at the end of the day you're a Don, so I mean if I was to, here's my argument with this. I'm gonna acknowledge you, Valachi, but in a second. If I was to say only the first 5 families can bring you into a family, that would be inevitable. I'd probably shoot everybody in here if I was against that. If I was pro burning, I wouldn't acknowledge none of you, because I'm pretty sure none of you have been blessed by an original family. So with that being said, I'm not gonna give my full honest opinion about it. Just let me all the OGs of Grand Theft Auto, including Valachi. I'm not adding you as an OG, but you've been around for enough time for me to sit down and say, all right, I might be able to add you into this. Valachi, maybe Gotti, maybe all the relevant people who've been around the longest. Just sit down in a room and just have a discussion about it. And please let it not be today, tomorrow, because this fucking meeting shit takes a long ass time to do. So schedule that shit next week. I've been in enough long ass meetings for today. The guy that's Don Valachi, you were doing it first. I'm gonna let you finish.
As far as the whole blessing thing, well, I was blessed. I was blessed by the Genovese. When I came up, like, everyone still took the whole blessing thing seriously. Like, it was actually a big thing. I worked my way up. They fucking told me things to, like, kind of guide me into being a mafia and being legit about it. Eventually they were like, you know what, like, you deserve it, and we're going to bless you and a whole I got to say I was blessed at the end of the day. Like it actually still mattered to people back then. And as far as the whole blessing thing goes, like there should be some people like who can bless, like, and there should be old school people who know what they're doing, who have been around, have their shit set up. Like at the end of the day, of all the mafias, like some of the ones like who really can't run their shit, like, and those people still survived it all. Like there was big ways to call out all the mafias that don't know what they're doing, and those people were just there, like they were still there because they were chosen. They know what they're doing. Those are the ones that deserve to be able to bless, because everybody and their fucking mother is going around saying, we blessed so and so. I'm like, you've been up at how many days? Like it's just kind of ridiculous. And there was one thing I wanted to point out, kind of off subject, with the whole name thing. Like, right, I think a lot of people with Godfather in their name. I just want to let everybody know, before I did this, I was around for 3 years, and even with my commission has been up for almost a year and a half. I didn't change my name to Godfather because I'm the top rank in my family. I changed my name to Godfather because I've run a successful commission. I mean, an organized commission. That's what Godfather is. Godfather runs an entire commission of families, not just the family. I just wanted to point that out because I hate seeing the name Father or Godfather. They're like, they don't even run a commission. Right, whoever, I think Nico was next.
Hey, Valachi, can I speak?
Yo, Scarpa. Yeah, he had his hands up the whole time.
With all due respect, and believe me, I respect everybody that's here, and some more than others. With all due respect, the whole shutting down thing, I know you guys say you've been around since 08 and all that, but to be honest, Genevieve shut down. Martelli, no offense, I'm just calling you out, you shut down. Which
just to clarify, the Genevieve actually never shut down. They split apart.
And I actually never shut down. I had a death in my family. I went away for fucking the amount of time that I went away, and now I'm back. If I was to shut down, if you use the word shut down, as in I never came back.
Never
if you really think about it, I'm gonna bring this to you, and it might sound disrespectful. People have lives, okay? They don't have time to sit here every fucking day. There's gonna be times where I'm absent. Everybody goes inactive, and I know that you're a new family, and I'm gonna wait for the day that something happens to you in your life where you need to go inactive, and then I'm gonna bring that back to you, and you will understand it whenever you're ready. I understand you're new, you're fresh, you're probably doing whatever. Shit happens in life that makes you not able to play. But before you say shut down, you need to understand what that means. Shut down, never got back online again. Inactive. The word you need to look for is inactive. You're using the word improperly. Mancini, shut down. Do you see a Mancini in here today? No longer around. Shut down.
All due respect, I guess I used the wrong word. Inactive. Okay. We talked about, shit going on. I'm a grown-ass man. I got plenty of shit going on. But I still have people that run my family. My point is, I was just bringing a couple of people just because people's here. I'm talking about these people that go inactive or completely delete their whole crew and come back. Example, Stiletto. Completely delete their crew multiple times, come back. But yet still claim, we've been around this long, we've done this long.
With that being said, I have an objection. For you to say delete your crew, I have not physically deleted my crew. In the words of you said, deleting your crew, my crew has been active since the day I made it. There was people still on. Granted, I left. For you to throw my name out there, I have to address you because my name was spoken. Granted, I left. There were still people in the family doing things that they were supposed to be doing. It may have not been the amount of numbers to your expectations, but now there's 75. Numbers don't mean shit. You can be the biggest fucking clan in the world, You shut down in a day because some guy with 5 people in their family know what they're doing. And I've seen it all the time. All the time. So it has nothing to do with people or how big you are. And granted, those people do delete their crews and join some other shit and just shit like that. Yeah, I understand what you're talking about then. But then when you say Martelli shut down, I think you need to know your knowledge.
It's not that I don't know my knowledge. I use the wrong word.
And
I
I
brought
just
you up, you brought your
I
thing in front of me.
just word it wrong.
Just using an example.
I just wanted to let you know, like, to completely shut down, my family has not done.
Okay, inactive, not around,
Inactive.
not seen.
Yeah, all right, but I still had members in my clan. At the end of the day, there was still at least 15 to 20 people at all times in my family, and I made sure that while I was gone, you might not have seen them in a free mode, but they're around, and it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, you don't need to see what's in my family. I do. That's all that matters. You need to control your family, and I mean that with no disrespect. You can take it how you feel.
Alright.
Yeah.
I mean, with the whole gamer tag thing, it's like it shows unity for your family. You know, you have the clan tag and everything, but you have a base of like 30 people with 15 gamer tag changes, and those 15 are always online. Your name is gonna get out there. Your name doesn't really get out there with a non-gamer tag change, because he could just leave the crew, join a random crew, go into a freaking tank or a jet, and fuck everybody up. That's just my opinion.
Can I go? I've been holding these babies up for a while now. So going back to what the blessing and all that, Martelli, how did the community work back then when families wanted to be blessed and all that?
Families wanted to be blessed. There was only 5 of us at the time. Well, actually, it depends on how far you want to look at it. There was only 2 of us, and for me, I have to use myself as an example because I really don't know how this is a very touchy subject. That's why I have to explain it very precisely. I made a family. It first started out as I got kicked out, and I was like, yo, I'm not liking this, and I was like, yo, I kind of like it, but I came to Jimmy and I said, look, I want to make a family. Here's my motives. I told him what I wanted to do, how many people I had, and I was like, look, I just want to do this, and I got approved of it. So then the Genovese, the same thing happened to the Genovese, and the same thing happened to the Gambinos. The cartels, they just kind of poofed up. They were like, yo, we're the cartel mafia, deal with it, and, you know, everybody kind of accepted it. I think they got blessed once, but, I mean, they were kind of like irrelevant to the story. But back then, you just had to go to, you know, Jimmy. Everybody had to go to Jimmy. And then once, you know, I was around, people had to come to me. And then Wild Boy got seniority, you know, he had a little authority over things, so people could come to him. And the same thing with the Gambinos, and now there's 4 people you could go to if you need to be blessed. And if you needed to get blessed, we'd all talk about it, or if you feel as though you don't need to talk about it, you could bless yourself, we felt free. But ultimately, if I felt like I wanted to, or I don't think I should, I brought all the Dons together. I was like, look, this guy wants to be a family. I think we should talk about this. But we don't bring anybody who doesn't need to be in the circle. And that worked for like a couple of years. However, people started saying, oh, I don't need to be blessed. Poof, I'm a family. And that's where the realization of the game is really roleplay plays an aspect. People are just gonna pop up. If they can't get blessed in, they're gonna poof up in here anyway. So I mean, like I said, this is the touchiest subject of Grand Theft Auto, period. And it's gonna take a lot of... The amount of time that we're talking about the rules and all this bullshit, it's gonna take that amount of time to talk about who could bless, because it's kind of like a real touchy thing. the touchiest thing in Grand Theft Auto that I've heard everyone talk about. And I just tell them I really don't want to get into it. Let's just save it for next week. Mr. M, or Don A, please speak your mind.
Hey, excuse me. The only thing, that I would think is, who is the oldest family here of the original 5? It would have to be, well, yes. So the original family themselves, I think, would be able to do the blessing. And
I depend on one person though.
I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to sound too cocky. But
well, I agree with him. I'm not gonna cut anybody else. I think the OGs that are still like the Genovese and Martelli, even no matter what anybody fucking said, let's say Martelli did shut his fucking family down, and he came back hot for long ago. He did. He still knows more about just what we're doing than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Not anybody else, but for the most part, I'm pretty sure he knows even more than I do. You know what I'm saying? So,
for the majority of the spectrum, I would suggest you come to me or come to Don or Don the Genovese. Please don't go to nobody else, because like I said before, if you're not in a position or seniority placement to make a call like that, I really want you to not make a call like that, because then it could backfire on you, and then somehow I get thrown into it. And if I get thrown into something that I don't know nothing of, I'm gonna be pretty pissed. So I would just suggest
really
you.
think that
This is what I have an idea of. I'm gonna tell you. I know they have it for another week and all
should be
that.
brought to the floor.
But you and Don Genovese should have a sit down, talk about which family should be in this blessing and all that.
Most definitely.
Yeah. I think they should start with Martelli and Genovese, and from there they pick and then call it a day.
Yeah, that's how it should be. But like you guys, I'm not saying you guys have to, but I feel like you guys need a pick in order to get this community back on its feet.
I will do it. I mean, I will do it. But I have a theory or a thesis, if you will. I want to know, and I need help, because like I said, I had a family member that was really, really close to me pass away, and I really didn't want to be a part of this whole community. I pulled myself away from it, and in the time that I pulled myself away, there's so many fucking families now. I thought in 2012 there was so many families. Now, I just want to kill myself with so many families. But I want to know from everyone in here, who is the oldest new family? And I'm not talking about OGs. I'm talking about like Valachi, Io, I need to know those who is the oldest. I need to know their names, so I could talk to Don Genovese about it, and me and him will pull out the OG from the new gen, and I'll bring him into the circle, and then from there we'll just have a meeting about it. We'll discuss it. I'm getting ready to text him on his phone right now, letting him know, like, yo, next week we gotta have a meeting. It's important. So feel free.
From my knowledge, I think it was. I know Father V started this up 3 months ago. I'm not saying I should be able to be on that board. I'm saying Father V should. But I think it was G. Father Valachi, who's been here for 3 years. Verenzano's been here for 3 years. I don't know how many years Gotti's been here, but I know they're
Gotti's been here before Valachi. Gotti's been here the longest, but
yeah, so they're probably there before me and Valachi.
But
don't forget about Trusino.
Trusino, oh fuck, yeah, you've been here. Wow, yeah. So I mean, I know some, but like, what I'm trying to get at is, I know that there's some families in here that have been here, but for me personally, there's a thing that counteracts with that in my mind. In my opinion, personally, there's people who've been here. They might have been inactive and now they're back. If you're intellectually disabled, bro, I don't want nothing to do with you. But if you come at me like for real with the facts, the knowledge, I'll listen to you 100%. But if you're just on that, irrelevant Donna Sinagra bullshit, I don't want really nothing to do with you. And I acknowledge you, Malakoff, but there's one more thing I gotta say that kind of counteracts with this whole thing of everybody stepping up. I wanna appreciate everybody in this room right now for coming in and showing respect. I mean, I don't really ask for respect. I do ask for respect, but I don't ask much. Like I'm not gonna be a Saint Genovese about it and say, "Oh, you work for me, let's join the Illuminati." No, All I ask is for the respect that I deserve because I did put my time into this community, and you know, I don't need to be here, but I am here to help everyone else out because I believe, you know, everyone else should get a better start than I did when I started this. What I mean, so I appreciate everybody coming in here and not being disrespectful. And like I said to Don Verenzano before, if we have a meeting, yeah, there's that 1% that is gonna act up. We know how to handle them. We take care of them. We move on. Meetings last. Sometimes they last long because you know touchy subjects that we're talking about. After we get these touchy subjects done, we're just gonna have basic meetings like, yeah, how's things going? Oh, it's good. You know, little shit. But right now, we're in its prime, in its core struggle right now to try to figure out what we need to figure out. And I really appreciate these new families coming in here conducting themselves like they should, like Don, like consigliers. If you're a representative, I'm appreciating you right now. But that being said, I kind of got off topic a lot. Like I said, just that, I appreciate it. My respect goes out to everybody. I remember what I said. I kindly ask that, you know, if I see you in a free mode, I'm not going to shoot at you. All I ask is one thing. If you don't want any altercations, just send me a message and just say, you know, I'm going to use Verenzano as an example. Because I already had a meeting with everybody once. It was like a bunch of Dons, and I told everybody, if you send me your crime family, let's say Verenzano crime family, send me that, and then send me your clan tag in a bracket, like Verenzano crime family. Let me find them up here. I can't find
EVCF.
Oh, OVCF. If you just send me that, oh, okay. If you send me
I
that,
think that's Valachi.
yeah. Whoops. I'm sorry. I'm off the pack right now, guys. TVCF. If you send me that, that gives me incentive to tell my people, you know, this is what's going on. These people I need you not to mess with. They're friendly, and you know that's how we start our growth. You can send me friend requests if you want. Do notice that my family's kind of pretty big, and I might not have room. I'll try to work with everybody the best way I can. I'll probably make a different account. I'll call it something. Everybody go on there and add it, and then you know we'll start from there. Get a kick chat going, even if you guys want my kick chat. Captain I, you know, get a kick chat going. Don't send me no dumb shit. Either way, just you know how to get at me, and I'm not doing this for promotional reasons. I just want to let you know that I'm a very busy person when it comes down to roleplay. I got a lot of shit I got people to do, but if you come at me the right way, I'll try my best to help each and every one of you guys because I'm all for growth. Because knowledge is not something you force on people. Power is not something you force on people. The only way you're going to get power in a structure like this is through knowledge. You have your knowledge, which gives you power, not through force, not through cussing, not through screaming. Knowledge. I'm gonna teach you guys that. That's the one important thing that you'll learn by being a Don. Is you'll learn, and you're gonna be like, wow, this makes sense. I know I said some shit to Valachi when I first met him, and he thought I was an idiot. He thought I was the dumbest fucker in the world. He was like, yo, I'm not listening to you. And here he is now telling me the shit that I'm telling him 4 or 5 years ago, or 4 or 5 months ago. And I can have him vouch for me on that. And that's all I got to say.
I didn't think you were a complete idiot, to be honest. I just didn't believe some of the shit you were saying because he's much older than me. And then when it came around to my fucking face, I was like, well, guess that motherfucker was right. That's why I have respect for fucking OG people. Fucking someone tried to call me a fucking cat, something like that. No, dude, it's about knowing your fucking boundaries. Like you said, knowledge. Like, if someone has more than you do, listen to them.
Do you mind me bringing this up as an example, Martelli? Medici. This kid came into a meeting. He's like, who the fuck are you? Dude, Martelli. He was like, I don't care about like all the 08s and all that. Blah blah blah. Doesn't matter. Blah blah blah. All that matters is about now and a bunch of other random ass shit. That shit's not cutting it in the community. That's where we lost the respect from. And the people who have had their time and spent their time.
Yeah, that family shut down the next day.
Wait, Medici shut down?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the people at the other meeting.
What other meeting?
One of Montello was first in.
Scarfo, go ahead.
I just
But
want
don't
to,
matter.
I mean, I want to clear the air. I wasn't saying, the reason I said no, you know, all due respect when I spoke earlier is you guys paved the way for, I mean, the 08s or the OGs paved the way for us to be here. We wouldn't be here in this meeting if it wasn't for you guys obviously creating this community and having the knowledge of that. So, you know, the point I was trying to bring up, but it kind of got cut off and sidetracked. I've been up almost a year, pretty much as soon as the game came out, and I've been one of the most legit, most respectful, and conducted that business that way, the way OGs used to, and the way things were, because I did my research before I did anything else. I'm just very detail oriented. So the point I was really trying to make was I'm kind of tired of being told that I'm a new family or that I'm 2014, so I don't matter and shit like that. Whenever I've done everything to follow the way that the old ways and things done, you know, been said and brought up or ran before, you know, granted with the newer rules. So I mean that was the whole point I was trying to make earlier is the fact that, you know, at what point do we start getting retribution and just seen as you know, somebody that's just not a new family or just 2014 family. It's actually considered and recognized as, you know, oh well, oh Scarfo, okay, yeah. I mean they're legit people. They're not new. But I just, like I said, I wanted to clear the air. I mean, it wasn't meant for any disrespect and nothing like that. And I talked about shutdown just because you have a lot of people that do shut down, completely shut down, go inactive, ain't seen, don't see them for months, and then they pop back up and claim, oh, I've been here since 2012, I've been here since this, and here or there.
I think the only ones that really deserve that are the 08s, to be honest.
But anyways, that's,
I
like
think,
I said, that's clear the air.
I think Martelli wants really want to talk, but Malakoff here has been alluding for like 10 days.
Yeah, that's
Go ahead.
kind of just talking about shit. We're kind of just talking about, like, you know, origin of families and like how old they've been, and I just, you know, didn't really have a chance to tell you anything about mine because I feel like a lot of people didn't really know anything about Malakoff. Like the original Malakoff, they were up back on 4, and it was like around the beginning of 2012. It was just like at the end of 2011, and they started up, and they were like obviously like a type of Russian family, pretty good, and then they shut down, and that was an original, and I got permission from the original leader of the family to restart this up, so that's basically why I'm here today. And funny, I didn't really find that funny.
I think that was a cough, not a laugh.
Martelli, go.
Who was, I really couldn't see because everybody's so smushed up. Who was having the question about when do they get acknowledged?
Scarfo.
Oh, okay. It really can be, everyone wants to get acknowledged by doing dirt, like team death matches, assassinations. That really doesn't really get you acknowledged. That just says, damn, you just fuck shit up a lot. What really gets you acknowledged a lot is if you like the way you conduct yourself as a Don, the way that like if we're having this meeting, right, and you just conduct yourself in a way that, you know, makes me say, damn, this guy knows what he's talking about. He's mad respectful. He's got corral. You know, just you gotta make sure you know what you're doing and kind of stand out to the point where you say, okay, all the rest of the Dons are going out here pulling out assassinations, acting crazy with their fucking heads cut off, and you just gotta act, you know, you gotta act like you're not intellectually disabled. In which case, you know, I see you. I see you out here doing, you know, I see you from time to time. I hear Scarfo. I mean, I might have even had a little problems with Scarfo, but that really doesn't concern me. But at the end of the day, I acknowledge you, and I acknowledge Valachi. I mean, I don't know, me personally, I'm kind of old-fashioned and hard-headed. It takes a while for me to acknowledge people. Like, I'm just now kind of starting to see Valachi's potential and the way that he conducts himself, and it's gonna take time. You're never gonna be acknowledged overnight. It's not something that happened to me. It took me a couple of weeks, a couple of months before I actually got acknowledged seriously. They didn't take me serious, not one bit. They just said, "Oh, your family's just gonna fall apart. Oh, your family's this. Oh, your family's that." It took me a while, but when I started showing everybody, yo, I can role play. I know what I'm doing. I know how to conduct myself. Reputation builds up like that, and all that killing and all that bullshit rapping and parties, all that shit came as a plus on the side. But leadership really proves significantly how it goes towards your reputation. So think of it that way. Don't think of it as, oh man, this shit ain't working. Because, hey, it happened to me. I thought about stopping. I thought about, yo, I'm not getting respect. It's been too long. This, that, and another. Believe it or not, for these new families, man, they don't have respect, not one bit. And I'm still in this predicament. So, I mean, respect is just a problem right now, and it's at an all-time high. So you just got to put that in consideration before really thinking about growing in an aspect. If you really understand what I'm saying, does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it just takes time. Don't feel defeated, and don't feel like, oh, this shit is not worth it. I'm not doing something right. Just do you. Don't worry. Don't worry about what other people say. They're irrelevant. You're a Don. Handle your business. Do you. Don't let nobody tell you different. Don't let nobody tell you what you should and shouldn't do. Do you. That's the only thing I can tell you. And that's the way I'll acknowledge you, just by doing you. Go ahead.
And I do me. I've done me since day one. I really haven't cared what anybody said. My point is you know.
I might have been like not here or something. Did he? Never mind. Just go ahead.
No, I mean, I came on the scene and realized who I really had to attach myself with. You know, Genevieve wasn't really around. There were, but you got Saint flying jets and shit like that, killing people. So that wasn't the route I wanted to go. So my first hand that I stuck out to was Valachi, and ever since then, that's been my closest allies. And a lot of it, I didn't gain my respect by kissing ass and sucking dick. That's not how I do it. I gained my respect by going in, putting work, taking respect, what I feel. You know, I'm a grown ass man. Again, in order to get respect, you have to show respect, which I've done multiple times. So, I mean, by all means, I'm doing me and I'm doing what I have to. You know, I'm just, like I said, it gets exhausting to hear OG people, and not particularly y'all, just over the last year, just hearing people say, oh, you're 2014, you don't matter.
Yeah, well, when I say...
I think Don Josine wanted to say something.
I'm sorry.
Don Josine wants to say something. Just click the analogs real quick. Do a little pump. Can you hear us?
I don't think he got his mic in or some shit.
I can hear you. Sorry, I had my mic muted. My dog was barking. Anyway, the person that was in here earlier for me, informed me of, Don not being able to assassinate kind of thing. What's the deal with that?
We kind of just...
It was more like just like your own saying, like your own decision. But like we were saying that, like from what Martelli was saying back in the old day, you had a special rank that only did hits.
Realistically, you wouldn't. This is a game, so it's on you. It's on you. Do what you want.
It's good enough for me.
Okay, Martelli, go ahead.
What the hell were we just talking about? I'm sorry, I'm high as shit right now and I'm getting off topic. What were we talking about before we were talking about what he was talking about? He noticed. Yeah, just... I have something to say to you, Scarfo.
Yo, Martelli. Don,
What are you doing?
I'm trying to get your attention. You weren't talking.
Oh, I was. My bad. My mic fucked up. Oh, well. But yeah, my bad for lashing out at you like that. I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but you have to kind of understand where I'm coming from. Like, being old, like, I'm kind of grouchy. I don't really get down with new families, so being involved with all this shit is kind of still new to me. So bear with me if I sound like I'm grouchy or old-fashioned or stubborn or anything of that nature. So I just want to put that out there. And yeah, man, if you all are doing the right things, don't think twice that I'm not, because I will support it, like, for real. There's got to be new families, man. Who else am I gonna have role plays with if these new fuckboys are out here? So for sure, definitely, I support, you know, movements. If you got a movement that you feel as though it needs to be stressed, come to me, and if it sounds reasonable, man, I'm down for it. So don't feel like that I would ignore you. The only time that I would be in the instance of these people who make all these rules and cry and bitch and moan. That's when I would say I don't like the 2014 families. But the people who actually put themselves and apply themselves correctly are the people that I would say, all right, I'm willing to give you a chance and things of that nature. So I apologize in advance if I haven't done that in the past, but we can't really ponder about that. We're today. Everybody heard that, right? Because I'm not repeating myself. Oh, okay. My
Alright, do
bad.
we have any more topics that we really need to cover right now?
Like I said before, I'm not gonna remember a lot of these families that were in this meeting. So if you could just send me a Xbox Live message, just hit me up saying what family you are and your crew tag. I would be happy to tell my people, you know, not to shoot. And with the way the community is now, I would say, you know, hey, my family is the one that doesn't shoot unless I'm shot at, but you know how this shit is. Everybody's out for assassinations and bullshit like that.
There's still some families who follow the old things. There's a lot of them, like
Yeah,
a lot of new ones.
yeah, 90% of them don't. About 90% of them don't. They want to be your friend, and then when you're not looking, they shoot at you. So, you know, if you really want to be cool, I'm all down for it. I mean, even if we had problems in the past, I'm willing to squash it today. All you gotta do is just let me know. Just send me a message what family you represent and your clan tag or the crew tag, whatever you want to call it, and I'll be happy to tell my people don't shoot. And that from here, this is how we go forward. I'm not all about going backwards. I'm trying to go forward. And Mr. Don L, is that it? The guy over there with the hands?
It's GFC LaRocca.
Yeah, this is just a little bit off the record, what you're talking about. I'm an old person. I've been playing for more than 45 years. And I'm retired, but I've been playing games for a long time, and without you guys, I'd have nothing to do. And I greatly appreciate you letting me join and do all this play role.
Absolutely. I hope to be
you,
your
man.
age still doing this shit.
I applaud you, man.
I'll be doing it until I'm 85. They'll bury me with my controller.
I want to be Don Martelli when
that's
I'm
a
85.
gamer right there.
That's what I'm trying to do.
This is fun, like.
You'll be on the Xbox too, right, Don Martelli?
Hell yeah. I mean, even on PlayStation 3.
Leave,
I started way back on Atari, and I played every system you could possibly think of. And this year, it makes me feel young, and it makes me feel still part of something. So I greatly appreciate y'all listening to me.
I just have a question. I don't know if anyone else remember this family, but do you have your family in your mafia? No? Yes? Because I forget what family it was, but there's a family where like his hierarchy was made out of his fucking sons. Anyone remember that guy's name? I don't think you were here for a G5 last week. Scarf, do you remember those family names? Where like it was like the dad was the Don, and like the hierarchy
I
was
remember
made out
shit
of the
like
sons.
that.
Way back, I remember way back there was a lot of mafia families and stuff like that. I wasn't really into it, but I was into playing. And I'm one that just sits and learns and listens and tries to remember basically everything that goes on. So yeah, and that's why my GF is they say Godfather, but it's more or less a game father because I'm 55, you know, and I think I am a game father.
I want to be your friend.
I kind of want to be like your best friend too, man. You have so much knowledge.
Damn, I thought I had knowledge. I want to be your friend.
We thought Martelli was an OG.
Damn, you like the OOG.
Way back PS1, PS2.
Dude, I was back on PS2. So does that make me an OG?
Back when PS2 had multiplayer, now that's that old shit.
Yeah,
Still call them U.S. Navy SEAls?
Oh my god.
I remember talking about when GTA was gonna be like this, and never thought it was gonna be this.
Believe it or not, this is the first DOM meeting I ever been in where everybody's civil. I mean, yeah, we had our ups and our downs with the Sinagra, but this is what GTA needs. It needs the circle that we are in right now. You know, we're all having fun, bullshitting around now. These are what the.
I've thrown a couple of old DOMs meetings, man, and I've never had fighting up until this GTA, man. But I'm learning, like, who not to invite, man. I wasn't gonna invite him to any more of my meetings. Like I did with the last one, but he asked for a chance back in here, and I tried to correct him right then and there. I was like, dude, if you want to be in the meeting, me and Tanaka are warring hard at stuff. Like, we fought for 3 hours yesterday, literally. And then fucking, even afterwards, we fucking started a private meeting just to get an extra action. Like, we're going head to head hard, you know what I'm saying? But I don't count that when it comes to this, because we're all together on this, and we're gonna fix things, and that's what this meeting was about. For me to give him that respect, and for him to act like that, it's unbelievable. So I'm just not gonna invite him to any more meetings.
Not gonna lie. First time I started talking, like during the meeting, like probably like an hour and a half ago. First thing you sent me right when I started talking. You're still a Don? I thought you watched Cars.
It's just ignoring, man.
Yeah, he sent me some disrespectful shit. That's why I was like, yo, if you have something to say, bring it to the table. Because like, if I don't like you, I'm gonna just say it in front of everybody. I don't give a fuck. If you feel as though I'm doing something wrong, please correct me. If you feel as though it's right, but if not, fall back. That's why I'm telling you, you're a Don. You don't have to send text messages. You don't have, like, if it's something valid. Like, I understand there's some things where you don't think it's like not that important. Or like, you know, you just send a text message just like, hey, I want to have a side conversation. But if it's something like, I have a disagreement with you, bring that shit to the table. Because we're all Dons here. We're all big boys. If we're having disagreements via text message, and that's something my daughter does, guys. I don't want none of you guys doing that.
Bring this meeting to an end.
TTYL.
Wait, just stand there, guys. I want to take a picture.
I want to thank everyone
what,
for coming here and attending, and I want to thank everybody for putting, you know, their thoughts in, and y'all acting like men not being the ones that had to get kicked out of the game for doing like something stupid. Just relay anything you can to your members. Nico, you recorded, right?
Yeah.
Alright, and this video goes up in as many times as you can. Send it to your friends, listen, tell them to send it to all their men and all any content that they know, so we can watching these meetings about us fixing things instead of them watching meetings about people arguing about the fucking rules and all that bullshit. Because when I came back, I didn't have any meetings about the rules. I told them, if you want to do things, have some respect, do it legit, you know, be a man, do things to earn a respectable reputation amongst your family, you know what I'm saying? Being that guy, being the bad guy, you know what I'm saying? Alright, do it. Fucking whack everybody you fucking see, but at least be legit about it and at least have respect, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's all I wanted to say before everybody dipped out for the night. Thanks to everybody for coming and having respect for each other.
I got one more thing. Hit Don Martelli.
What's up? Hey, who's talking? I can't. Everybody's scrunched up.
Hold on.
Hey, who?
Don Martelli, yo.
Yeah, I'm acknowledging you, but who's talking?
Here, let me do this.
Is it Phantom?
Yeah.
Oh, what's up?
Yo, did you lick the peanut butter right out her pussy?
What?
The other night. Were you fucking high the other night or what?
What do you mean?
When you came
I
to the
was.
party with me and El Raza, and you said you were gonna lick the peanut butter right out of her pussy.
Wow.
Remember that now?
Oh. Yeah, I suppose. I mean, I don't think that's appropriate things to bring up in an all downs meeting, but
Hey, Nico, you still recording?
Did you
did you get that?
I do eat peanut butter out of it. Good job, guys.
Go ahead.
That's the best thing ever right there.
You guys should try that. It's really good.
If you needed to say something, go ahead, Nico.
No, I don't.
Oh shit.
Well, thanks for having me for coming. I'm gonna roll out.
Thanks for this 3-hour downs meeting. I appreciate it.
Technically 2 hour and 12
Do
minutes.
something.